Hey everyone, this is Sonar Wave with just a little review. Today I'm looking at a upgrade kit for Prowl from Matrix Workshop. It's just a little box which we all know Mascot hates, and this is what you got in the box, just a couple of shoulder cannons and a new gun for him. So you can have him, if you do like the way he looks with the shoulder cannons, you can certainly give him that look again for Siege. I've got the Masterpiece version here because I like my Prowl with the shoulder mounted cannons. And as you can see, they're actually very much the same. These are just obviously smaller because Siege Prowl is significantly smaller than his Masterpiece counterpart. So, but they plug in very much like the others do for Blue and for Smoking. I think Barricade comes with them too. And for those who don't have Masterpiece Prowl, the Earthrise line will be releasing him, as I think it says selects this time, along with Ironhide, who will most likely be a red van like he was in Generation 1. I don't think we'll see that until sometime late in the year. I guess we'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do get Blue Streak as well, and Blue will probably be in the general line this time, like Smokey is, and we probably will see Ratchet too. For those who who can't again get a Masterpiece version of Ratchet, it'll be a good way to pick him up. And for those who missed out on the Siege version of him, I know I don't have a Ratchet in my collection, not a Generation 1 and Generation 1 version of him anyway. I've got the two Bayverse versions of him. But Prowl, I was determined I was picking him up because he is probably my favourite character. I wasn't introduced to him in G1. I grew up with the Japanese car robots in disguise. That was my introduction to Prowl, to Ultra Magnus, to Optimus and Megatron. For me, that was what I grew up with. My first combiner I was introduced to was Rail Racer. So, for me, that was how I got introduced to Transformers, and Prowl was always one of my favourites. If you were to look at my collection, you'd see I've got a significant amount of versions of Prowl in my collection. I think I've got about 3 versions of Ultra Magnus as well. I've got his Masterpiece version as well as the RID version of him from 2001, and I've got the Siege version. I'll probably get the Netflix version when they hit Australian shores, which I had heard was supposed to be in June for the toy sale for Big W, I think it was. Whether that'll still be happening, I don't know. I haven't heard whether it is or isn't. I haven't heard anything about the series either. I did type in Transformers into Netflix, and it actually brings it up, and you can set the reminder for it. There's no date for when it's coming out. It doesn't have a date, but it's still saying 2020, so whether we're just getting, whether it's coming out later in the year or not, I'm not sure. All we can do is wait and see, really. If I do hear any news about it, I'll be sure to make a post about it and let you guys know, but that's all I really know about it at the moment. Obviously, with the way everything is, we can't be too sure of when most things are coming out. So, but there is, if I can get him to stand. He doesn't always like to stand for me, this one. Actually, neither does the Masterpiece one, now that I think of it. But there is Siege Prowl with the upgrade kit on. As you can see, he does look a lot like his Masterpiece version as well, which I do like the concept of him with these shoulder cannons. Probably more partial to it. I don't know particularly why. I just always have. But I picked this up off eBay for about $12, I think it was. And it wasn't scheduled to arrive. They were saying it might not arrive until like early June. So the fact that it's arrived now, given everything at the moment, was a nice surprise. They do have, I'm not sure if it's them or one of the other companies who's done an upgrade kit for Ultra Magnus. I know there's a couple. There's one with an axe and his hammer from, I think it's Transformers Prime, because it looks like the Forge of Solus Prime that it was. But I did see another one where you could where there were two hammers. One was the Forge of Solus Prime from the Transformers Prime series, and the other one was actually the Magnus hammer from Transformers Animated. So I might look into getting that. It did come with the leg extensions to make them taller as well. So I may look into that. I will be doing Earthrise Wheeljack in the coming days. So, yeah. If Prowl looking like this is something you want, by all means hop on eBay and check it out. I'm very happy with him. I'm very happy with the way he looks. But as I said, that's me. I like him with the shoulder mounted cannons. Not everyone does, and that's perfectly fine. We're all entitled to liking and disliking different things. It's what people love so much about the fandom, that we've got such a variety of tastes and likes and dislikes, and there's something for everyone. And unfortunately there are people, as with every fandom, that don't necessarily respect certain choices. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them dictate to you what you should and shouldn't spend your money on. If you like just the Generations toys, or if that's all you can afford, then by all means stick to that. Don't let them bully you into anything else. If you just prefer things like the Masterpiece and the third parties, then focus on that. Don't focus on what they're saying, how you're a bad person for it or you're wasting your money. If you like both, that's great too. If you were to look at my collection, you'd see I've got a large variety of third party, of Masterpiece, of Cyberverse. I've got Studio Series. I've got Siege. I've got Earthrise. Combiner Wars. Like, I've got something from most of the current and more recent lines that have come out over the years. And I'm still adding from those different lines. I've got stuff going back to 2001 from Robots in Disguise. I just recently picked up Rail Racer, which I was very happy with because I love Rail Racer. It was my favourite combiner. He still is my favourite combiner. I've got a third party Devastator. I've got Combiner Wars Superion and Defensor. I've got Masterpiece Seekers. I've got the Siege Seekers. I'm getting the Earthrise ones because I love my Seekers. I love the Datsun Trio, so I'm always picking up stuff like that. And that's what collecting is about, what you like. If someone doesn't like that and tells you you shouldn't waste your money on Generations toys because they're not as expensive, what is it? How's it their business? Like, don't pay attention to them. They've just got their heads so far up their butts that it's clouded with, that their ears are clogged up with crap. So enjoy your collection and how you want it to be, because that's the most important thing, that you're happy with it, not anybody else. That's all from me, and I'll catch you on the next one.